Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Crosswhite.
And I'm Stacy Garvilla. Today is Tuesday, August 6th.
And we were talking earlier about how much more difficult it is to wake up at 3:30 in the morning when it's stormy and rainy outside. You just want to stay curled up. But a single vehicle accident in Lawrence County leaves a Missouri truck driver dead. But Jay Warden, Jay, I'm told you're the guardian of the Cars franchise. How do you get that title?
Well,
my only concern is that I don't want fall to be too cold. Fall's my favorite time of year.
Me too.
Which it wasn't when I went to school, but but it is now as I get older. I love the fall.
There's something to look forward to, kids.
Exactly. Welcome back, everybody. We're here at 5th and Main in Galena talking about the Route 66 Festival. We want to encourage everybody to come by and see us. We're going to be live out here again at noon today. We're also going to have our live shows out here, so come join us. We're giving away lots of prizes and stuff, entering some drawings. It's a good time. We're also here. I'm joined with the mayor of Galena, Dale Oglesby. Dale, thanks for joining us so early in the morning.
Well, thank you, Eric.
And I know the Route 66 Festival is always a pretty big deal for you guys. I grew up around here in Neosho and stuff, and I cannot remember the last time that we saw that low of temperatures in July. Like, it's already feeling like, fall.
Eric, how's it going out there?
It's great. I mean, it's still, of course, pretty early, but I can tell you as the day goes on, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on here today. Melanie, it kind of feels like deja vu, because yesterday I had so much fun in Galena talking to the folks down there about the Route 66 International Festival. I decided to come to Joplin and talk with folks here about the Route 66 International. I know, I'm all over the place, keeping me busy. But we have a great show planned. We're going to be talking with some of the organizers of the Route 66 International Festival about all the hard work and stuff that's gone into it, because I know there's a lot planned and a lot of things that you folks at home can make plans for to come out and bring the family to. We're also going to be talking with one of the creators of the movie Cars, which, Melanie, you probably know it has a lot of ties to Route 66.
It definitely does, yeah.
That's not going to make them feel connected. You need to let them find something positive, or they'll replace that with something negative.
It's got to be kind of that natural transition.
Absolutely.
Right. But it's good, for parents and their kids to also have something to be connected with.
Sure, sure. Yeah, you find ways to, everybody.
Yeah, it's like a mystery to find out who's going to take over. And that's all right. Well, we'll be right back. Joplin city leaders will let voters decide on a local use tax later this year. Last night, city leaders approved a council bill that puts the issue on a November ballot. If voters decide to approve the local use tax, city leaders will impose a 2.625% tax on vehicles bought out of state. Currently, state law allows people who buy cars out of Missouri to avoid that extra amount unless a city institutes a local use tax. And since Joplin has not been collecting that money, the city has lost already $200,000 in revenue this year and is projected to lose $430,000 by December.
Right now, basically as it stands now, we're basically giving an incentive to people to go across the state line and purchase something and not help our local businesses.
The special election will take place Tuesday, November 5th. And city leaders also considered the annexation of 9 properties owned by the Quapaw tribe near Downstream Casino. The voluntary annexation is part of a 2008 sewer agreement, which allows the tribe to use Joplin's sewer lines. As part of the agreement, Joplin city leaders agreed to annex the area into the city after 3 years. But city staff gave property owners an extra 2 years due to the 2011 tornado. City staff is now using power of attorney to annex those properties into the city.
We have sort of standard practices on annexations. We've certainly done a lot of them over the years. So we have sort of standard practices, and I believe just an explanation of that will fully deal with any concerns that they have.
We really love working with the city, and we just want to maybe open up some communication a little bit and talk to them about how we can make this annexation work the best for everyone.
City leaders will have a final vote on the annexation at the next council meeting on August 19th. After last night's public meeting, the city leaders went into a closed session where they were to discuss personnel matters. If any important decisions were made at that meeting, it will be made public within the next 72 hours, and we will keep everyone updated. Well, mom and pop shops along Route 66 grow their customer base thanks to last weekend's Route 66 festival. The owners of the old Riverton store say the shop was busy the whole week leading up to the celebration. More than 100 customers stopped by during the Route 66 festival. This is the first year it was held in Joplin. Southeast Kansas business owners say having it so close really made a positive impact on the community.
Folks traveling Route 66 want to come to places that are authentic, and I don't know how more authentic you can get than here at the old Riverton store, so that's probably why we had a lot of people.
Nelson says the most sold item was Route 66 labeled soda. He sold 23 in just 2 days, an abnormally large number for his small business. Well, the water left standing from recent rains may be hurting your green thumb, but it's helping local farmers. They say the corn crops at this time of year need about an inch of rain a week to survive. The rain also means farmers save on diesel fuel since they don't have to pump water on the crops for irrigation. The standing water is also helping jumpstart soybean crops, and an added plus, the cooler temperatures help the moisture sink deeper into the soil, boosting corn crops.
It's been the difference between a crop and no crop. And last year there was a lot of corn that was destroyed because it didn't have any ears on it because it was too dry.
He adds it can be too wet to plant the crops in spring, but it can almost never be wet enough at this time of year. And this summer's heavy rains could have an impact on the amount of dove harvested in southeast Kansas. The hunting season starts next month, and there will only be 2 sunflower fields open at the Mined Land Wildlife Area in West Mineral this year. The Kansas Department of Wildlife and Tourism usually opens 4 fields for hunting, but constant rain forced workers to plant flowers in just 2. Sunflower seeds are what lures doves to the area. Hunting season begins September 1st and lasts until October. Well, coming up, Stacy will have another look at your forecast with weather on the 10s.
That's right, plus the latest in entertainment news and our Hollywood wrap-up. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
What was it about Route 66 that really jumped out at you guys?
You know, for us, when we were making the movie Cars, we always thought about the connection of the road and how important that was, the Mother Road. And John took a trip with Michael Wallace, and him and a group of story artists went down the entire road, and they saw so many interesting stories along the way that it helped develop the story of what the film was, where these people that were sort of left behind when Route 66 didn't become the main highway anymore. So a lot of things evolved just from that, learning that along the way.
Right. And how does it feel to come and be part of the Route 66 festival here?
Well, it's cool for me. My hometown is Kansas City, Missouri, so I'm from just up the road. And it's great because Joplin is the town mentioned in the song Route 66. So to be in the town where, you know, this is one of the major cities mentioned in it, and again, Missouri being my home state, and just getting to see the love that people have for not only Cars and Route 66, but for Cars the movie, it's really exciting.
Right. Do you feel like the movie kind of shed some light on, maybe for younger generations, about what Route 66 is and what it meant for this area?
Absolutely. In fact, we realized that when the movie Cars came out, a lot of people were young people were unaware of Route 66, or that it was still there. And like McQueen didn't realize it. And so what we found is that a whole new generation of young kids really have this love for the road and want to know more about it and actually see that it's in their backyard. So it's been great.
Right. Now, were there any things from this area that kind of inspired parts of the movie?
You know, there was so many things along the way. It was more people than objects or things. It was people that they met in little towns all along here. But in Galena, Kansas, which isn't too far from here, that's where the old tow truck was that they looked at that sort of inspired Mater. So that's pretty close. And of course, all the wonderful store owners and shop owners and people that had stayed on the route even after it wasn't the most prosperous place, they stuck with it. That was something that really stood out to John.
Right. And what are some of the things that you're going to be part of while you're here?
Oh, there's so much going on. Last night we showed Cars at the drive-in Carthage, the big drive-in. Today there's a mural unveiling, which I think you're going to see in a little bit here. There's a parade going on. There's a car show. There's a ton of stuff. So I'm here all weekend just to take it in to help kind of represent for Cars the movie.
Right. Well, Jay, thanks so much for coming out. I know it's not always getting up early, especially when you've got a full day, but I appreciate you coming out and enjoying it and meeting people in Joplin, because I'm sure that they would like to meet you and hear all the things that you have to say.
I'm excited. It's my pleasure to be here.
All right. Thanks, Jay.